Now, if you're working with ravelly fabric, if you're afraid that your fabric is going to ravel, then put some fray check on the edges before you sew. Okay? Just to seal them if you think it's going to ravel. That's the only complaint anybody would ever have about this. Alright, so I have the long strip. I wouldn't even pin it at home. I just did that so you guys would think I'm thorough. But I'm thorough in my own way. I would pin it if I was watching a Giants game at the same time. Because my TV is right in front of my sewing machine.
So you're only actually hitting it with the zigzag stitch. You're not hitting it with the straight stitch at all, are you?
Well, I shouldn't be, but who knows what I'm really doing. I'll pass it around. Okay. I mean,
you shouldn't be. You should just be trying to hit it with...
The straight stitch should be going right off the edge of the fabric. Okay, so I should only be catching it. I'll pass this around. I'll just do it in stages. But can you all see that I have the blind hem stitch on, and I went off the edge with the straight part, and then I just barely caught it with the little zigzag thing? Mm-hmm. Can you all see that? And you can pass that around. Are you passing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you going to still work with that?
Yes.
Cut it about a couple inches off so you...
Oh, you want me to cut a couple inches off?
Well, that way we don't have to wait while people...
Oh, okay. Let me just cut you. He's right. I'll cut a couple of inches off, and you guys can, I'll pass this around. Is that iron on? Because it needs...
Yeah.
Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to press this, you're going to press it flat with that seam right down the middle of the back. Okay? Can you press it with that seam right down the middle of the back? And now I'm going to put my double needle on, and I'm going to double needle this thing, and then the belt loop is made.
Oh, so it opens flat if you use a blind stitch.
Yeah, it's flat, because you can pull it apart. And if you have ravelly fabric, you just seal it first with fray check.
It's like an intestine.
Oh, you don't want to have that.
So if you don't have a blind stitch on your machine, can you just not use this method, or is there something else you can use? I just have zigzag and straight on mine.
Could you just baste it?
You might try a zigzag that's just right on the edge. You might try the zigzag.
Like a really small one, like right on the edge.
You'll have to experiment. But this way you don't get any extra folding, so it's not so bulky.
Yeah.
And so that way when you, because most belt loops, at some point you're going to have to sew through a lot of thicknesses, and this is less thicknesses that you're sewing through. So, what is fray check? It's a liquid that you put to seal an edge so it can't ravel. In fact, you want me to tell you a horror story about fray check? I was making these silk Dupioni